I took the Amtrak down to New Orleans and checked into the Crown Plaza, just down the street from Canal. Perfect timing, too. Mardi Gras just ended yesterday, so the city's still buzzing, but not as packed. Walking down Canal, I caught a whiff of something good. The kind of smell that stops you in your tracks and makes you forget where you were going. That's how I ended up at Willie's Chicken Shack. First up, red beans and rice. I've had my fair share of this dish, and Willie's did it right. Plenty of beans, just the right amount of rice, and not over-seasoned. They weren't trying to blow my head off with spice, just solid, well-cooked, good flavors. Then came the Cajun tenders. These might be some of the best I've had. Crispy, juicy, and just a little bit of heat to keep things interesting. They gave me some kind of creamy orange sauce to go with it, and I don't know what's in it, but it worked. The honey biscuit was another win. Soft, buttery, with just the right amount of sweetness. Some places overdo it, but this one was balanced. Of course, since it's New Orleans, I had to check out the frozen drinks. They've got a huge selection, and since it's an open container city, you can just take one to go. I started with a hurricane, strong, smooth, and just the right amount of sweet. Later, I grabbed a colada, and it was just as good. Now, let's talk about that shrimp, oh boy. This thing was stacked. Willie's starts with a fresh, crispy French bread loaf, light and airy on the inside, with a good crust that holds it all together. Then comes a generous heap of golden fried shrimp, perfectly seasoned, fried to a crisp but still tender inside. They slather it with mayo, add crisp shredded lettuce, juicy tomatoes, and sliced pickles for that bite. Then they wrap it tight in paper to keep all that heat and steam locked in. It's the kind of sandwich that drips when you bite into it, in the best way possible. Po' boys were born in Louisiana, feeding striking streetcar workers back in the 1920s. And even today, it still hits like a working man's hero meal. Willie's is exactly what you want in a spot like this. No fuss, just hot, fresh food, and solid drinks at a fair price. It's a casual, easygoing place, perfect for grabbing a meal or just cooling off with a daiquiri. If you're in NOLA, this place is worth a stop.